You feel it, you know it. D-Raw Productions.
Houston Sports Connoisseurs brought to you by
D-Raw. What's up, people? It's your boy D-Raw coming to you with another episode of the Houston Sports Connoisseurs podcast. Man, college football is officially back. Week 0 is here. We've got a lot to dive into. The Houston Cougars are gearing up for year 2 under Willie Fritz. There's a brand new quarterback at the helm. And, of course, we'll hit some of those national headlines around the first slate of games. So let's kick things off with the Cougars. Baby, year 2, Willie Fritz, special. You already know.
Comment, and subscribe.
Now, a lot of people wonder why it's so special for Houston this year. It's a lot of good things brewing in our backyard. We look at the football operations center that we just built, $150 million or something like that. We got $100 million raised in fundraisers, the most ever for the University of Houston. We got a new OC coming in. That's a major change in Slade Nagel. Now he running it. New DC coming in, Austin Armstrong, and replacing Kevin Barbay. Man, we're talking about a solid defense from last year, hopefully being a more solid, better defense this year. It's going to be something special for the University of Houston. Then we want to talk about that quarterback room, man. Conner Weigman coming in from Texas A&M, transferring. He's already on the Golden Arm watch list, so that means he's already special. Realistically, what am I expecting of Conner Weigman? I'm expecting Conner Weigman to really just zero in on things and make those big things happen. The system is new to him, but he's a former 5-star quarterback. He's got a lot of experience, and he's poised and ready to go. But you also got to remember, he played quarterback in the SEC, and the experience is major. You're talking about the top of the line conference in college football, cool. And now he's at the University of Houston, which is not that much lower, so no disrespect there. Big 12, special conference. Not the SEC yet, but there's a whole lot of possibilities for some of these teams, such as the University of Houston. The offensive line was a disaster last year, but you look at all the changes that have changed up front. We got a lot of Division I transfers that came in up front. Big, bulky guys to really, stop guys from coming through. A lot of beef, baby. You know what I mean. Anyways, a wealth of experience to the offensive line has came through. Several transfers, including the left guard, Jason Brooks Jr. from Oklahoma State, the center guard, Wyckoff from Cal, or the right tackle, Dalton Merriman from Texas Tech. Man, and those are just some of the guys. It's not all of the guys right there. We got a lot of new guys on the offensive line. The one major thing for University of Houston this year is going to be chemistry. Can all these guys gel? Can they make everything happen and play the way they're supposed to play? When everything counts and everything's on the line, are they going to make the right play? Another thing I want to mention is last year in 2024, the recruiting class ranked in the 70s. This year's recruiting class ranks in the low 40s. So that's a big change when we're talking about Willie Fritz in year 2. When we're talking about what he's gotten, what he's bringing in, we're talking about all the veteran experience that he has. Willie Fritz is a winner. Look at his track record. He won in Tulane. He's going to win here if he can win there. Another major thing I want to talk about is a true freshman, Austin Carlisle. Austin Carlisle, he is the fastest freshman quarterback this year. 24 miles per hour clocked on him. 24 miles per hour. White lightning, baby, out the backfield. You already know. That's a special thing. But another thing I want to mention is, how can we use him? What kind of gadgets and gadgets that can we use? What kind of plays will we run? What kind of packages will we have? If it was me, I would use him in the red zone, in short yardage positions, because he has a lot of speed. And we also can use him in a lot of trick plays and a lot of trick ways. You feel me? So, Austin Carlisle, get ready. Get them hamstrings ready, baby. The University of Houston is going to need you. Keyshawn Henderson is a special quarterback coming in. I think he's class of 2026, correct? 5-star quarterback. That's another guy. So we got 3 quarterbacks. We got Carlisle, we got Weigman, who's a red shirt junior from A&M, and then we got Henderson that's coming in as another true freshman 5-star quarterback. So how can University of Houston use all these guys? How can we package all these guys? Who will do what and who will not do something? Will somebody be red-shirted or will somebody transfer? The best bet is to figure out how to use all of these guys and be the best University of Houston team that we could possibly be. When you talk defense, we got to think about A.J. Halsey. We got to think about Jeremiah Wilson. Those guys transferred. Halsey, LSU, Wilson, Florida State. How could they possibly do that under Willie Fritz in year 2? But that's all right. We got Rook Brown now. Rook Brown, he come in from Wyoming. He led Wyoming with 3 interceptions 2 years in a row. He also had the most tackles of his career last season, and he's ready to go. The one thing I will say about Rook, man, he got to really come in with a veteran presence, and he got to be a true leader for this defense. Like I said, missing out on Halsey and Wilson is really going to take a toll on this defense in the DB department. But I feel like Rook will be able to clean a lot of that up. He come in with a lot of leadership. He's a must-have talent. And with that being said, he has a lot of talent. He's another white guy at DB. White guys are in at DB, man. Better look out. If he play right, if he make the right plays, he might be all Big 12. He might be in the draft somewhere. But I will say this. He is the one guy that we have to look up to if you are in the DB department and say, I need you to set an example. I need to see you make something big happen. And I believe Rook Brown is the guy to do it. Looking at the season overall, I would say the University of Houston Cougars is going to win 9 games. Why I believe that is because Fritz is a special kind of coach, and he was a special kind of player. Y'all seen that picture. He's a madman, and he's in charge of the University of Houston Cougars. Him being in charge means you're going to win. I said it before. He's a winner. You compare him to Kelvin Sampson, they night and night. They day and day. You know what I'm saying? They the same kind of guy. They both want to win. They put their team first, and they just make things happen. And I feel like Willie Fritz is that guy to really just make stuff happen for the University of Houston. U of H has a lot of special matchups. We got Colorado, Oregon State, Rice for the Bayou Bucket. All those games are going to be special. But the one game that I would circle on my calendar is Colorado. The reason I circle Colorado is because Colorado brings in Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders brings in spectators, magnifying glasses, media, everything. Yeah, Shadur's not, playing quarterback no more, or his other son not playing safety anymore. But that doesn't matter because Deion has actually brought in a nice size recruiting class with some nice players. People have not been talking about it. They've been focused on what Shadur's been doing and Deion's health and all of that. But guess what? Deion Sanders is going to have Colorado ready. The Buffaloes is going to come roaring into the University of Houston campus. And they're going to try to make a difference. But I feel like this. The University of Houston is going to have a close game with them, and they're going to pull it out. And that game is going to be something major for their conference title, or to get into the conference title, I want to say. This ain't no 6-win bowl team. This is a 9-win team. This is a team that really can go deep and possibly push for a tournament play. If Coach Wright on the defensive side with the new defensive coordinator, I really don't know what kind of expectations we really have for him or what he's going to do. But if he is anything of the last guy that was just here at the University of Houston, plus the correct OC in the right position, Houston is going to go far. So talk about that. Think about that, people. Also, let's just say this. Rice is might not be the best team, but this is the last Bayou Bucket. So this is another game to really circle on your calendar because we might not ever see another Bayou bucket. We talking about SWC rivalries. We talking about a team that's 5 minutes away on the other side of town, or five miles away. Whatever the case may be, the University of Rice is gonna try hard as hell to beat us. They always do. They beat us a couple years ago, but last year we cleaned them up, and this year I expect us to clean them up again for the last time, if this is gonna be the last time. Let's make that difference. Oregon State is gonna be a solid team. Pac-2 team. You really don't know what you're gonna get out of Oregon State, but Oregon State gonna come feisty and they're gonna come fighting. The University of Houston gotta be prepared for that. But like I said, if we can hold it down on the defense, I feel like everything's gonna work out. It's crazy because last season defense was not a problem, but offense was. But this year I feel like offense is gonna be superb. Defense may be a problem, only because Austin Armstrong background is not the best, but he got Willie Fritz to really guide him, mentor him, and Willie Fritz is a defensive coach. So I look to see great things happen. The last thing I want to talk about with this Houston team is the breakout players on both sides of the ball. It's one breakout player on offense that I really want to look at, and that's Kobe Young. Kobe Young, what it do, baby? Check us out. You already know what it is, man. He's coming off a season-ending injury. This year, he's looking to make huge rebounds. Only thing I've been hearing is great things about Kobe Young. Kobe, go do your thing. Bust out. Let the nation know who Kobe Young is. Latrell McCutcheon on the defensive side. 2 years under Willie Fritz, I believe he's going to dominate his way to the draft. Why wouldn't he? Fritz is a special kind of coach. He create winners. He create people that's going to go to the draft and be special. And I know McCutcheon, with the veteran leadership that he has, he's going to be that guy. Let's make it happen, McCutcheon. Go Cougs. Now, we're rolling into the National Week 0 headlines. Man, Kansas versus Fresno State, Western Kentucky versus Sam Houston, Stanford versus Hawaii, and Iowa State versus Kansas State in Dublin, Ireland. But let's focus on the first three that I told you first. Kansas versus Fresno State. It's going to be something special. We talking about setting the tone in the Big 12, making a difference. Kansas should win. They better win because David Booth just gave them $300 million. And he didn't just give $300 million to the basketball program. He gave $300 million to the football program that has been trying to be competitive for the last forever. So when we talk about Kansas football needs to show out at 5:30 on Fox against Fresno State. It shouldn't be no competition there. It should be an all-out body drag out of Fresno State out of Kansas and back on that plane. Kansas, make it happen. Also, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky. Although the game is in Western Kentucky, Sam Houston is going up there and they trying to make a difference. You know, the spread is 10.5 going towards Western Kentucky, but I feel like Sam Houston is going to make a difference in this game. It's not going to be 10.5. It's going to be a lot closer. I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to make a difference. Stanford and Hawaii. Hawaii should lose this game, but they favor it because they're at home. It's a long flight for Stanford, still coming out of California. But Hawaii, come on now, man. Stanford, you got to win. I know y'all got all the brainiacs up there, but got to make something happen. Stanford win, at least by 3, in my opinion. And then we got UNLV versus Idaho State. That ain't really much of a matchup. You look at UNLV from last year, even if they turn over half that roster to play this season, they should dominate Idaho State. The spread is like 30 points. I'm going to take UNLV to beat Idaho State by 30 points, especially it being in Vegas at the Allegiant Stadium. Who am I?
Wow.
Now let's get down to the dirty. Kansas State, Iowa State. Dublin, Ireland. Like I said, setting a tone for the Big 12. This is Big 12 football. Man, Big 12 is really making huge moves this year. We're talking about media moves, money moves. University of Houston getting their big money now. Cincinnati getting their big money now. UCF getting their big money now. And then Big 12 actually trying to create some kind of program that we could see these Big 12 teams on TV and all that kind of stuff. All that shenanigans, man. We're talking about money. We're talking about more money being developed and distributed to all the teams. Almost to an extent that it might surpass some of these other Power 4 programs. We're going to talk about that later because I really want to see what's really going to happen, find all the facts in it. But the Big 12 is really making big moves media-wide to really try to make themselves bigger and more on notice. We know it's a Power 4 program, but they really want to separate themselves from the ACC and make themselves a top 2 program. Yeah, I said it. Top 2. University of Houston. Let's go, baby. Go Cougs. Another thing, man. Let's talk about all these transfers moving from left and right, going here and going there. But who is a high-profile transfer that's nationally recognized that has a lot to prove? Out the gate, I'm going to say Tanner Kazoyo. I hope I said it right. That is the tight end for the University of Houston. We're talking about the number 2 ranked tight end at his position. He's a special guy. He's a guy that's going to be dependent on to be a safety net for Weigman and working short, third and short, or third and long, fourth and long. He's a special guy. So I'm looking at him to make special plays. Touchdown! Tanner, let's make it happen, baby. Another thing, man. Let's close it out with predictions on the University of Houston versus SFA. Also, I want to talk about what the Cougs may do in September and why we should watch that closely. Cougs winning north of 30 against SFA is only right. 10 points for SFA is fine with me. But the Coug fans need to focus in on this. This team will operate like Tulane. The same Tulane team that beat USC in the Cotton Bowl. That's the Tulane team that this University of Houston team will focus in on being like. You should watch that throughout the season as well. October and November. Who is your Heisman dark horse? Mine is Arch Manning. People, let me know down in the comments who your Heisman dark horse is. Arch Manning is a special player. He's had special recognition because he is a Manning. He's playing for the University of Texas. He's a starting quarterback. Finally, after 3 years, Steve Sarkisian is actually finally ready to go full Manning mode. So, with those expectations being high of Manning, I say he got to be the dark horse because the magnifying glass is already on him. That means he's already in the Heisman magnifying glass of being possibly a runner-up or a winner. So I'm going to take Arch Manning to do that. Also, he has a lot to prove because we really expected him to just uproot, the starting quarterback positions last year and become the natural starter, but he wasn't. But this year is his year. And University of Texas take on Ohio State week 1. We're not going to talk about that today, but I'm going to say this. Go OHIO. Let's go, baby. And the hot of this episode, did you know you didn't have to wash your ass no more?
No.
Now, in Japan, they're developing a human washing machine. The future human washing machine.
Cool.
AI powered, pod designed to wash and dry a person just in 15 minutes.
Wow.
It blends advanced cleaning technology with elements of wellness and relaxation. Now I ain't gotta get out the bed or come from the gym and get in the shower and scrub my body anymore. Now I can just go lay my ass down and let the machine do all the work. We're talking about the most laziest, craziest shit ever, people. Japan has just invented this thing. And it's gonna be at the Expo show in Japan. If you don't believe me, check it out. Before you know it, in the next 15 years, the human washing machine is gonna be taking over all the new houses. Why stand up and wash and dry yourself anymore when you can have a human washing machine? Hey, they need me to advertise for them, baby. Cause it's your boy D-Raw signing out again for another special episode of the Houston Sports Connoisseurs Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this special podcast for a special man as myself. D-Raw, go Cougars.